Hello. I thought I'd start with these YouTube videos by giving a brief introduction to me. My name is V and I live in Southampton, but I work with people all over the world. I got to doing what I do quite organically. It's been quite the journey and I've loved it all. So to tell you a bit about my journey, it started around 12 or so years ago, 12 to 14 years ago. And it started with me being in a really bad place. And I knew that I had to try and change things because my choices were to either end things or change them or stay the same. And there was no way I could stay the same. I'm here, so I obviously chose not to end things. I've made it sound quite easy, but that was a really tough choice at the time. So I decided to change things. I decided to try things that I wanted to try before, but didn't feel I could. I'd found all of these self-limiting beliefs that I couldn't do them. So I decided to challenge them. I'd come close to death a few times through physical conditions and through mental health conditions. So I knew that it was unlikely to kill me, whatever I chose to do. So the first thing I did, I was watching a musical. I love musicals. And I was watching Singing in the Rain, and there's the Hoofer scene, and it flashed up across the wall, burlesque, and I wondered whether anyone still did it. So I googled it quickly, looked up burlesque, found a class locally to me, and I arranged a lift with a complete stranger who became a really good friend. And I went to the classes and I loved it. At the class, there was another woman there who wanted to organise an event, and she asked me to help her. So I did. I like to help. And I had no confidence. I struggled with people even singing me happy birthday. It wasn't something. I didn't like being the centre of attention. There were lots of reasons for that, and I will cover those in future videos. But this woman asked me to help, and she said, well, if you're going to be part of this burlesque show, I want you to perform. I was, oh, no. Yes, you need to perform. No. Eventually, I got wore down, and I said, okay, I'll perform once. From that once, I got booked to do another show, and another show, and another show. And I performed for almost 10 years. I became an international performer. And I performed at some of the biggest gigs in the country, which is fantastic. People saw me performing. They said, you don't look like an ordinary burlesque performer, which is wrong because we're all shapes and sizes. Teach me. So I started teaching. Through doing the burlesque, I met a lot of women that wore vintage clothes. So I found this shop and I loved the clothes. And because I was wearing the clothes that I loved that actually fitted me, I started going to vintage events. I was dancing at the events and people were saying, I love how you dance. You don't look like an ordinary dance teacher. Can you teach me? So I started teaching dance. And through that, other people saw the work I was doing with these women that I was working with. And they said, we're loving the results you're getting with these women. We're loving how much better they're feeling about themselves, how braver they're feeling, how much more confident. And we want you to do that for us. But I don't want to dance, and I'm definitely not taking my clothes off. So, just by, like I said, an organic process, I started working with people on helping them become more confident. And that's more confident with their bodies, more confident with what they're doing, how they go about things. It's about working with people and helping them be the best they can be. So through working with these women, a lot of them were saying, my issues started in childhood, and I know mine certainly did. So I thought, although I still work with women and I still help them see how wonderful they are as they are, I also set up a community interest company so that I can take self-esteem and body image workshops into schools and educational and community groups so that children don't waste their lives worrying about what they look like, or being so concerned about what they look like, that their education suffers, that their relationships suffer. I've worked with so many women that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s who say, yeah, but when I lose weight, I will. And when I've done this, I will. And they're putting their lives on hold and not living fully now. And that's what I help people do. I help people live fully in the here, in the now. And I'm good at it. And I love the results. I love seeing these women go on and achieve things they didn't think were possible. So yes, so that's a little bit about what I do. I work with women to help them feel more confident. I work with children and young people to help them realise that it's who we are and what we do that matters, and the rest is just fancy packaging. I even have that on my mug, look. So yes, that's what I do. I work with people of all ages to help them see how wonderful they are as they are. And contact me if you'd like me